All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game taking place here on Last Refuge between Deathnote and CaSpeND. All right, Deathnote spawning right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, CaSpeND spawning as the blue human player over here on the bottom left. Night. I don't know why this always happens in the middle of the night, never like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 o'clock in the morning, the smoke alarms in my house decide to tell me that they're low on batteries. So they're chirping away every 15 seconds. But just one loud chirp that wakes up only me and unable to go back to sleep. And of course, if you know, grab a chair, stand on a chair to reach the smoke alarms to try and replace those batteries as you should. Um, well, it takes a lot of energy, concentration, and focus, and you're generally awake after you need all of your balance amongst you. So is that a smoke alarm or a battery low? The smoke alarm had a battery low alert. Archmage getting trained up by CaSpeND. Gonna be some footmen going up against Archmage by Deathnote and footmen here. No real surprises. Scout towers getting trained or getting built up. Arcane tower incredibly important as you don't want water elementals to be pushed through behind enemy lines and then have an easy time taking down so many of these units. Also, Scout Tower also being able to use that arcane feedback damage against your opponent's Archmage to prevent any additional water elementals is a win in and of itself. Archmage looking to clear out this Rock Golem creep camp. The Rock Golem had left the party for a little bit. Forest Troll Shadow Priest now added in once more, and by pulling away that Rock Golem creep camp, it actually changes the AI just a little bit. That Rock Golem not actually throwing down any boulders, and it's small things like that, small nuanced things like that that make a big difference. We are looking at, well, True Shot Aura by the Archmage, going to get some bonus damage for the Water Elemental himself and that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. May be able to get some large bonus damage if a second Water Elemental was used. We'll see if that will be the case. 14 workers compared to 13 workers. No additional workers being trained at this time by either side, so I don't know if it is going to be an expansion as of yet. Coming back down here, 333 creep camp gonna get cleared up. CaSpeND looking to finish the job here. Couple of water elemental taking actually a large amount of damage. Normally you don't want that water elemental to take that much damage if you want to follow it up and clear out another difficult creep camp later. Are we gonna get anything else? Nope. Thank you for the follow, Goat Font. Or is it Fant? Font? Goat Font. Uh, yeah, I'm in a little bit of a daze, but I already told that story already. All right, Archmage, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out this 533 expansion creep camp. It is looking as though it could be a possible expansion attempt, as we are looking at level 3 already on that Archmage. Archmage finishes off the Ogre Magi, picks up a Ring of Protection +3, as we are looking at both sides, Deathnote and CaSpeND, pretty much doing. Oh no, they're not doing the same thing. Wait. Oh, Deathnote. Actually not going, not trying to build an expansion here. Archmage now coming back down, and now Deathnote is going to be putting pressure on the CaSpeND here. 34 supply compared to 35. Militia now making their way back. Footmen both have defend up, trying to protect some of that damage as the Archmage of CaSpeND able to, find the back of the Footmen here. Forest Troll Shadow Priest continuing to try and heal. Force Troll Berserker not nearly as useful as they're going to be turning back around trying to launch some attacks back. All right, Footman's like, let me in, but the army is like, let us run. They don't want to take too much damage here. As we're looking at damage adding up again. Water Elemental could get taken down to 13 hit points, not denied by CaSpeND there, as the Footmen are still trying to retreat back away. Archmage finding the back of those Footmen. Thank you for the sub. Always very, very helpful. Every little bit yeah, every little bit definitely helpful. So thanks everyone for that sub right there. Or well, thanks Tozat for that sub right there. If everyone subbed, if the entire my YouTube watch community subbed, that would actually be great. I know that won't happen. As we're looking at the Archmage now making its way down here. Rune Bracers, Potion of Greater Healing, as the Forest Troll Trapper is going to get finished off here. Tome of Strength +2 being left behind, as we are already looking at pressure being on this main base here. Militia trying to look and fight back here. Arcane Tower just a little bit too far away as the Archmage, well, Force Troll Shadow Priest able to get a couple of Abolished Magics down. Alright, Abolished Magic or Water Elemental is actually a bit of a liability at this point in stage in the game. Footman with Defend trying to reflect back some damage. These units should actually be trying to heal themselves. They're actually saving mana for more Abolished Magics later, as Deathnote now has level 4 with level 2 Brilliance Aura. Footman now trying to retreat back, but it looks as though Deathnote will be able to hold the door here, pressure all of these units back once more, and it's going to try and go and clear out a difficult creep camp. It is sitting at level 4, and this is one of those strange situations where you want to make sure that you're using your time wisely, but if you take away some of the easier creep camps close to your base, your Mountain King or Blood Mage as your second hero is not going to be nearly as strong, as it's not going to be able to get the necessary experience. Arcane Vault, well, going to get destroyed before it even gets up and operational, as the Footman, Force Troll Shadow Priest rejoining in on the fight. CaSpeND sitting at 39 supply. Deathnote sitting at 35, as we're looking at that one Arcane Tower able to at least keep Deathnote a bit on his speed, forcing him to run all the way back. What is going on back here? We are getting up more Footmen. The supply count is about the same, 34 compared to 40. I take it back. CaSpeND actually has the lead, as he was able to detect the tier 2 faster and is now getting up that Mountain King. Deathnote's Water Elemental, or Deathnote's Force Troll Berserker gets taken down. CaSpeND able to deal that killing blow. Force Troll Shadow Priest also getting taken down as well. Deathnote's Force Troll Shadow Priest down to 38 hit points, trying to stay alive, as it still has a little bit of usefulness there. Beautiful, good denial by CaSpeND there to deny that last bit of experience, as the Footmen need to shake that defend if they do in fact want to retreat back out. All right, are we going to see a little bit of experience there? No, a beautiful denial once more, as CaSpeND denies Deathnote 2 level 2 water elementals, which does add up quite quickly. Footman now behind enemy lines here. Mountain King about to get trained up. Mountain King already out on the field for CaSpeND, but needs to make the long trek to join here on the battle. Water Elementals trying to finish off some of those units. One Militia, or actually able to run away by picking up well, dropping a pickaxe and picking up a shield and another axe there. Not quite sure how that works. Picking up those items, making you actually faster. Mountain King of Deathnote actually are also in play as well. Arcane Sanctums are getting added as we're going into the mid game. This tier 2 stage where we are adding up our priests. And eventually the Spellbreakers. Archmage looking to perhaps finish off some of these units. Forest Troll Berserker looking to back away. Mountain King may get a Stormbolt down. We may be trying to get Stormbolts off onto multiple units. CaSpeND may end up losing that. Well, no denial there, as we're looking at the Archmage trying to go after these units. No Stormbolt. Oh, there's the Stormbolt there. Does have a Potion of Greater Healing. Is going to be able to turn around, finish off that. Yes, unit does. Drops a Water Elemental, as the Archmage down to 78 hit points. Does have a Potion of Greater Healing. Uses the Potion of Greater Healing in time, and well, wanders away again. All right, Potion of Greater Healing used right there. Gonna go ahead and fight back against all these units. However, another Mountain King down to the south here by himself could have a bad day, as a Footman of CaSpeND gets taken down after the stun. Mountain King looking to back away. There's a Tome of Intelligence +2. There's a Stormbolt on the Deathnote's Mountain King, as we're looking at more damage still getting added back up. Mountain King does have Boots of Speed, and he's going to be off to the races once more, as he's going to be heading back home. Arcane Sanctums and Arcane Vaults being reestablished here. Gonna go ahead and both sides just heal back up, perhaps, and then try and also clear out this Ogre Magi creep camp up on the high ground. Water Elemental gonna be there. Archmage, Stormbolt onto the Ogre Magi, straight up. Priest, healing up that Mountain King. Deathnote, getting a little bit of a what item is going to be dropped? Wand of the Wind. I really feel like Healing Ward is perhaps one of the better items in this matchup, and Wand of the Wind, now with only 2 charges, and really not as useful. Then again, if you're able to stop a Mountain King Stormbolt, or in an Orc matchup, a Tauren Chieftain Stomp, that could have a profound impact as well. Level 5 for CaSpeND's Archmage, going up against level 4.8 for Deathnote's Archmage. A little bit more experience on the Mountain King of Deathnote, who also has Rune Bracers. Rune Bracers greatly affecting the amount of damage they will be taking from Stormbolt, as well as the Archmage of Deathnote, now looking to clear out the Ogre Lord creep camp. Exactly what CaSpeND is doing as well. Mountain King, well, picks up a Khadgar's Pipe of Insight, not really that useful at all. And also CaSpeND's Archmage taking a lot of precious experience away by being in the fight. Deathnote, on the other hand, he is taking experience, but at the same time, he actually has experience to gain, so it works out a bit better. Claws of Attack plus 12 now on that Mountain King. Will it stay on that Mountain King? No, given to the Archmage, who now has plus 17 damage. Rather high indeed. And that damage can add up extremely quickly. Are we going to see level 5, level 3 going up against level 5, level 3? Yes, we are. A true mirror match once more. Archmage sitting at level 5. Footmen, we are now going into the addition of Spellbreakers, an inconvenient a necessity in a human mirror match, as the Spellbreakers are effective at, well, removing sorceresses slow if your opponent is crazy enough to get sorceresses in this matchup, but also just as important at taking down a priest. That arcane feedback coupled with a level 2 Mountain King turns into a priest death battle, pretty much, as the Mountain King is going to look to, well, that's pretty much exactly what I meant. All right, Stormbolt there, and then, well, a counter Stormbolt coming in from CaSpeND onto the Mountain King, who has Rune Bracers. That actually comes as a bit of a surprise. Are we going to see another Stormbolt onto any more priests like this? Mountain King is taking quite a bit of damage, but that's really from Wand of the Wind right there. Mountain King does have Khadgar's Pipe of Insight, going to get in a bash there, going to Stormbolt another priest as well. Deathnote now losing some priests as the Mountain King, well, takes a little bit more damage. CaSpeND could be in trouble. Uses the Potion of Greater Healing, turning back around, as the Deathnote may be able to get off another Stormbolt on a trailing priest right there, turning back around. There goes another priest, trying to get more damage onto another priest right there, and this is just a priest death battle once more. Mountain King looking to back its way up, priest low on hit points, as, well, plenty of priests are getting killed in this battle again and again. Wand of Wind picked up right there. Mountain King not able to generate or get any additional mana, now making its way back over again. There goes another Water Elemental getting taken down. Mountain King could try and throw down a Stormbolt. Needs to back up a little bit of distance before coming back around to get another Stormbolt off, perhaps finishing off another priest right there. Should have enough mana. Doesn't have enough mana, as the Archmage is actually a bit too far and unable to give Brilliance Aura at all. Archmage down to 270 hit points. Mountain King should be looking to get a Stormbolt off onto one of those units. Why isn't it? Nope, gonna lose. No Stormbolt. No Stormbolt. Wait, no? Okay, still no Stormbolt. Archmage is coming back across. There is a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used right there. Mountain King getting ready to engage. There's the Dispelled Magic, looking to throw down a Stormbolt, but Deathnote, well, lost too much mana in the meantime. Mountain King now looking to back up once more, and Deathnote had windows of opportunity for that damage, as we're looking at the death of an Archmage. The plus 17 damage from the Archmage of Deathnote, finding that Fireball, just dealing devastating damage, finishing things off. 52 supply compared to 51. More priests now joining back in on the battle here. Mountain King should be trying to get some Stormbolts off somewhere, some way, shape, or form, as we're looking at the Mountain King, well, trying to get in some bashes. Priests are obviously the easy target to go after the Spellbreakers with that small bit of range, able to get within that range right there, as the Archmage now trained back up. Mountain King, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, gonna get added here. These priests should not be, well, turning their back to those Spellbreakers. that is quite a difficult spot as the Mountain King Stormbolt's no potion of lesser invulnerability in time could get taken down, and he does. Spellbreakers finding that Mountain King, feeding back that damage, and no potion of lesser invulnerability from Deathnote as he is forced to retreat. That could have been a drastic difference right there, just using that potion of invulnerability. And as that Stormbolt was coming in, could have had a big difference as we're looking now at expansions coming in from both Deathnote and CaSpeND. All right, crazy back and forth between the fights so far. Arcane Tower looking to do a little bit of defense here, should really be going after things that they can feed back damage. Archmage and or those priests. Water Elementals getting taken down. Mountain King now trying to join in on the battle. Does come in with the Scroll of Healing as the Archmage is now at level 6 and now goes for Mass Teleport. All right, important thing to note, level 3 Brilliance Aura also on Deathnote. Mountain King could be in trouble. Is it going to get taken out again? And Rune Bracer's Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used right there, and there is a Scroll of Town Portal trying to change up that position. And well, there it goes back once more as we're looking at those units trying to fight their way through. Spellbreaker's going to get taken down. Well, nope, trying to break through. Mountain King trying to back away. Archmage should be able to finish it off. Mountain King gets up to level 4 during this fight here as the Mountain King still running around. All right, Mountain King losing precious mana. Mountain King trying to get in a bash, gets a bash across right there. Mountain King down to 60 mana and climbing as the Archmage should be able to give some bonus mana to his additional units. Units are retreating back. Deathnote does have more supply, but it hasn't really translated to win on the battlefield yet as the Spellbreaker does get finally taken down here. Spellbreaker is looking to engage against the main army. Mountain King gets a Stormbolt once more, taking a lot more damage. Rune Bracers there, going to try and retreat back. There's a Stormbolt back onto the Mountain King again, but the Mountain King did take a couple volleys of Spellbreaker feedback, losing precious mana for Stormbolt again and again. Archmage leading the charge back the other way. Clarity Potion on the Mountain King. And this is a constant tug of war between two very similar armies. All you can really do is translate into a bit of micro there. Stormbolt finding the Mountain King again. And now Deathnote returning the favor, saying, how do you like having no mana on your Mountain King? Mountain King of Deathnote back up to 75 mana. Should be able to throw down another Stormbolt here in just a moment. And does exactly that. But a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability shakes it off. Deathnote now, well, looking to finish things up here, getting in more mana, and well, this turns into one of those strange situations where eventually you need more priests, but they're just constantly getting focused down. The priest count for CaSpeND going up against Deathnote's, I believe, only 2 priests here, and with that, well, Deathnote does have Mass Teleport, and how is he going to be using that to his advantage? We are looking at one Spellbreaker off over here as well. Archmage, sitting at level 5, does have a Scroll of Town Portal, will be able to easily defend. More peasants are trying to get trained up to fully saturate, as we are looking at a bit of a high ground advantage there. All right, Spellbreakers with those, well, I guess those are, I don't know, double-edged sword, thrown double-edged sword. Don't quite know the name of that particular weapon. Is it a glaive? It's I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to throw like a double-edged. Is that a double-edged sword? Or it's a glaive? Yeah, okay. It's a glaive that you hold in the middle and then you spin and you throw. Anyways, Spellbreakers are right in the front here. Mountain King trying to back away. Mountain King, Stormbolt, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. What a good bait. CaSpeND using the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in time again. Mountain King losing precious mana, trying to get back up onto the high ground. May lose another Spellbreaker right there. Yes, does get taken down as the Archmage inches closer and closer to level 6. All right, Spellbreaker wars in the front line. Who is going to get there to the front fast first? That is the key, as the Mountain King Stormbolt finds a priest out of position, giving level 6 to the Archmage. CaSpeND now going to get Mass Teleport as well, and the real difference is going to be, well, who has more Brilliance Aura, perhaps. Level 3 Brilliance Aura, level 2 Water Elementals going against level 3 Water Elementals, level 2 Brilliance Aura. The amount of mana on those Spellbreakers, as they have nothing really to do with all of that mana, as we're looking at Water Elementals going to get taken down. All right, Priest continuing to heal. Archmage, Stormbolt onto the Mountain King, finally finds its target. Spellbreaker's trying to retreat back. And this has been a crazy battle back and forth, as it looks as though CaSpeND is gonna take this opportunity to do some creeping against this Murloc and Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp. All right, didn't seem like a good idea at the time, and now seems like an even more horrible idea, as he knows exactly what's happening and going down. Mountain King looking to grab that item and go, does exactly that. Mountain King gonna finish off the remainder of these Murlocs here, and if he actually teleported off to the north to do the same thing on the north and get to level 5 on his units, that would have been absolutely brilliant. CaSpeND then getting more experience on his Mountain King, and also getting the last bit of level 7 items on the or items from a level 7 creep on the map. What's up, Kali? What's up? Not much. I already did my intro talking about how tired I am, but thanks for tuning in. As we're looking at another potential creep jack coming back across here. Archmage drops a water elemental, going to turn back around. Stormbolt finds the Mountain King amongst all of those units, as a lot of feedback damage. That Rune Bracers really has prevented a large amount of damage. Control magic now being used, and then quickly just getting destroyed here, as we're looking at Deathnote finishing off the remainder of the creep camp. All right, Deathnotes, that mass teleport trying to get away. Stormbolt onto the Archmage. Archmage unable to get away from the fight here, as we could be looking at another priest. That priest just doesn't seem to be in the right spot, and going to get taken out so easily by those 8 spellbreakers pretty much in an instant. Mass teleport. Where are they teleporting to? Teleporting off to different locations. He's teleporting back inside the base here. Meanwhile, CaSpeND looking to teleport inside the actual main base, as there's not much left in the main base except to take down infrastructure. All right, Arcane Vault's going to get taken down here. We are getting into level 1 weapon upgrades finally by Deathnote. CaSpeND has had 2-1 upgrades for quite some time, and I think Deathnote is just trying to continue to push his advantage here. Mountain Kings now with level 3 Stormbolt means that even more Stormbolt onto the Mountain King here. Level 3 Stormbolts means that we're going to see even more death across the board, as we're looking at another big fight come down. Spellbreakers continuing to fight here. Archmage, in a little bit of trouble. Is he taking damage? Yes, it is. Trying to back away once more, trying to dodge all of those Spellbreakers. Archmage could be in trouble, down to 182 hit points, and while trying to break free, is he going to be able to get free from that back position, as the priests are right there as well? The Spellbreaker is going to find Deathnote's Archmage and take it down. Archmage, however, on the other side, Scroll of Town Portal. CaSpeND able to stick around long enough to take down Deathnote's Archmage without losing his own. All right, Deathnote needing to resurrect that Archmage, and resurrect it quickly. Otherwise, things can go sideways very fast. It does take, I believe it takes, another mass teleport inside the base right here. Going to try and finish off the remainder of those units. Perhaps take down this Arcane Tower as well. Archmage now out of mana completely, as we're looking at the keep about to get taken out. Archmage waiting to get resurrected. Does he have enough? How much does it take? He has enough gold, and maybe just come down to lumber in order to try and get that, and also supply. If he finishes off the keep, then there it is. There is a speed building of a farm right here, and that was key. If CaSpeND had realized that if he took down any of these farms, his opponent was supply blocked and was not able to resurrect, that would have been absolutely hilarious. Spellbreakers now back off to the side here, trying to clean up this particular expansion. Meanwhile, mass teleport obviously going to be coming into play again, as CaSpeND coming back over here. Archmage getting healed back up. Stormbolt onto the Mountain King. Mountain King going to lose a lot of mana in this fight here. Meanwhile, this Mountain King sitting on 130 mana and dropping like a fly, unable to get off any more Stormbolt. Are we going to see a Stormbolt right there? No Stormbolt. Archmage, Mountain King is in a little bit of trouble, surrounded in a sea of unfriendly units, but the mass teleport Stormbolt onto the Archmage. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal to try to get back out, and will be doing exactly that. All right, trying to kill any fleeing priests would have been the next impossible target. Take down those priests, as the Spellbreakers do deal a lot of mana. Archmage still running around again. A Deathnote sitting on level 3 Brilliance Aura, trying to get more mana once more. We are looking at the Mountain King Archmage. This mirror match has been a true mirror match in every sense of the word. True Shot Aura giving bonus damage to all of the spell breakers here. And that is, well, quite a big bonus. If you look at it, was it 14 to 18 damage compared to, well, 15 to or 16 to 22 damage. Essentially 3-2 upgrades. Stormbolt finding that frontline priest and quickly getting it taken down. Mountain King looking to back away once more. Mountain King low on mana. A sorceress joining in on the battle. That's a little bit of a risky proposition, as slow will be controlled magic back and forth between multiple units again and again and again. Well, perhaps removing mana from those spellbreakers. Stormbolt finding the Mountain King. Mountain King down to 215 hit points. It looks as though some sort of heal went down. Maybe a scroll of healing there as the spellbreakers are continuing to battle it up. All right, looking for a bit of a battle here. Mountain King down to 97 hit points, able to back away. Archmage, well, trying to fight things through as the Archmage now currently out of mana, using those powerful fireballs, since it does have multiple multiple claws of attack, trying to finish things off. Units teleporting back home, trying to save things once more, or no, not teleporting back home, teleporting into the enemy base, trying to destroy things once more, as the Archmage is still waiting to get more mana, does have a Scroll of Town Portal to head back, head of this situation if needed. Mountain King, Stormbolt onto the Mountain King, down to 200 hit points, losing a lot of hit points there, trying to break free, does have slow. Mountain King is going to be able to get away down to 86 hit points, and it looks like it will be able to do exactly that. Mass repairs underway. Archmage, level 7 now on Deathnote. Archmage getting level 3 water elementals after all of this time, as the Mountain King trying to back up once more. Mountain King is going to get away. Yes, it is 66 mana and climbing. Could actually turn back around, try to throw a Stormbolt back at the opposing Mountain King and get some damage there. All right, is he going to come back in? No, he is not. Throwing back an opposing Stormbolt would have worked, actually, as that Mountain King is now down to 104 hit points. All right, taking a little bit of those chances and those opportunities, risking it all, as we are looking at potions of lesser invulnerability and, well, a scroll of healing. Coming back through, Sorceress's Priest getting easily cleaned up. Archmage, all of these units are pretty much in a bad spot. Stormbolt, but the potion of invulnerability used in time. Mountain the bolt down either, as the units are going to try and back away. Stormbolt is going to go down onto the Archmage in time. No, it is not. All right, teleporting back inside the base of Deathnote. If it felt like we've seen this before, yes, this happened about 3 minutes ago. Teleporting inside the base to prevent any mining whatsoever. Deathnote, well, trying to run back with that Mountain King and not wanting to get it lost or take a Stormbolt or anything of that nature. Priest should really be trying to heal that Mountain King quite a bit. It is down to 330 hit points and still constantly really not being healed. Mountain King looking for an engagement here. Are we going to see a mass teleport coming back through? Spellbreaker is going to, well, try and fight their way back. Mountain King remove some of that precious mana. There's a slow once more. Stormbolt, potion of lesser invulnerability used in time. Archmage could be in trouble. Gonna straight up use the Scroll of Town Portal instead. Stormbolt finding a priest and taking it down, as all the units are retreating back again. All right, 3,800 gold against 6,100 gold. A 2,500 gold difference in the mining. Meanwhile, we're also looking at long distance mining coming in from CaSpeND to, well, clear out and get every bit of gold that he can. CaSpeND sitting on a 60 supply lead compared to 49, as he makes sure that there is no expansion off to the north. All right. All of his continued effort at trying to shut down his opponent's expansion does seem to be working. Mountain King very close to level 6 here, trying to finish off this water elemental, and if he is able to do exactly that, that could be a big deal. One Spellbreaker getting taken out, as Deathnote trying to return the favor, saying, you know what, I too can attack your main gold mine. All right, one peasant is in position here. Are we just going to see a mass teleport? Are we going to see a defense? What are we looking at? Archmage coming back around, and here we are into that engagement. Mountain King losing quite a bit of mana in that frontline location, already down to 185 mana, but down to 128 hit points. Scroll of Town Portal getting transferred away. Archmage may end up getting taken down. No, it's going to be able to be saved at 156 hit points. All right, it's saved. That poor peasant was taken out there as well. Archmage could have tried to mass teleport as well to the peasant while the Scroll of Town Portal was going through. So the Scroll of Town Portal could have teleported, followed by the mass teleport as well, and then continued that fight. No real way of knowing who would win out in that crazy, if that crazy exchange did in fact happen. Mountain King nearly at level 6, level 7 on the Archmage. So level 7, level 6 coming back across. More long distance mining coming in from CaSpeND as well. Main gold mine has about 5 minutes of mining left as a water elemental making its way towards, well, the base here. Are we going to see a mass teleport Archmage? Archmage of Deathnote, it looked like it dropped a water elemental. Yep, dropped a water elemental there. Priest may end up just trying to hold the fort. There's a mass teleport into position, and here we are ready once more, finishing off a couple of the peasants. Mountain King still holding his position, trying to be invisible. And well, there was a control magic right there. Not necessarily the best call there, as the Archmage, well, gets invisibility. So invisibility mainly for, or the sorceress is mainly for invisibility, not for slow, as we're looking at the Mountain King, who is currently, well, it looked like he was slowed for just a moment. Mountain King, Stormbolt, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, just in time. Archmage continuing the fight in this battle here. Mountain King, both sides. Oh, there's an invisibility again. But we could see a quick dispel, a blanket dispel. There's another invisibility once more as the Mountain King finds a Stormbolt onto the Deathnote's Archmage. Archmage could get taken down. Archmage could get taken down. Level 6 on the Mountain King. Scroll of Town Portal as CaSpeND escapes again after taking down the Archmage, and that is the GG. CaSpeND and Deathnote duking it out in one of the, well, most consistent human mirror matches I have seen in quite some time. Both sides trying to execute the same tricks and the same plays, but CaSpeND, with that little bit of long distance mining and that little bit of additional pressure out of the gates, translated that into a resource advantage, 1,500 gold advantage, and that also turned into, well, an army size advantage. You take your lead, you take your advantage, and you just build on it, and never really giving Deathnote an opportunity to get back in. Once that Archmage fell for a second time, that was all Deathnote needed to throw in the towel, knowing the additional gold and time lost would have been too much for him to try and make up, thereby giving the GG. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys were entertained, and I hope you guys learned something. Um, I heard somewhere that you shouldn't say thank you for listening because it's somehow you're doing me a favor. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned. And please check me out next time.